Buenos dias, mi amor. Buenos dias, senores. What is, my boy? Welcome to the Aim High, Push Hard podcast, where we persist until something happens. If you're a new listener, please press subscribe. Be mindful. It doesn't cost you a penny to press the like button. Click the bell for notifications and new content, my boy. I'm your host with just the right mix of righteousness and ratchetness. If you ain't trying to break up in this house to get the safe I get a cracking solo, I'ma go off. I'ma go off. Fuck that though. Cause I'm the boss. Well, I'ma go off. I am Dr. Do-Right, 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 Dr. Do-Right, Do-Right, Do-Right. Aim high to the left, push hard to the right. We aim high to the left. We're gonna push hard to the right. Today we are talking about my boy, the Donald, Mr. Trump, not President Trump. Donald Trump has issued 15 pardons and 5 commutations today. What is a commutation? A get out of jail free card. This motherfucker's playing Monopoly over this bitch. And they playing with real money. Not that fake illegal tender. Not that light green paper you guys be playing with. This is legal tender. So let's see. What is this issue about? President Trump on Tuesday granted 15 pardons and 5 commutations to individuals, including a former campaign advisor whose activities set off the Russia investigation. 3 former congressmen and several former military contractors are accused of wartime killing of Iraqi civilians. At least he's doing it for the home team. Let's go on. The list was the first in a wave of pardons the president is expected to announce in his final weeks in office. Mr. Trump has discussed with advisors the prospect of pardoning several individuals involved in the Russia investigation, as well as members of his family and his personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani. Now that's what I call loyalty. If you're going to pardon anybody, make sure it's the people in your family. Among those he pardoned on Tuesday was George Papadopoulos. Now, I'm not going to try to uh, explain his name correctly or say his name correct. It's Papadopoulos. So, you know what? Fuck that. His mama call him Papa. I'm going to call him Papa. We're going to just call him Papa. Big Papa. Because he only went to jail for 2 weeks for lying to the feds. We call that perjury where I'm from. You get 5 years for that. The boy Papa went to jail for 2 weeks for lying to the feds in 2018. So let's talk about the boy Papa. His mama call him Papa. I'm going to call him Papa. His former campaign advisor, whose bar-side comments to an Australian diplomat helped trigger what would become Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. He also granted clemency to former New York Representative Chris Collins, former California Rep Duncan Hunter, and former Texas Rep Steve Stockman, all Republicans. Trump gonna do it for the team. You understand me? I mean, if you gotta say, look. If you're gonna do it for your team. Do it for your home team. I mean, you gotta respect the man for that. At least he's going hard for his fam. A lot of you won't do that. You gonna roll. Mr. Collins pleaded guilty last year to conspiracy to commit securities fraud and lying to law enforcement officials. Whew. While Mr. Hunter pleaded guilty to 1 count of campaign finance violations, Mr. Stockman was sentenced to 10 years in prison in 2018 for misuse of charitable funds. They playing with the house money. They playing with the house money. I don't like it. I don't like it. Messrs. Collins and Hunter received pardons while Mr. Stockman's sentence was commuted. Wait. The White House said the pardons for Messrs. Collins and Hunter had been requested by many members of Congress. Yeah, right. Unless all y'all include. Mr. Trump also pardoned 4 military contractors accused of killing more than a dozen Iraqi civilians in a 2007 incident in a Baghdad traffic circle at the height of the Iraq War. An international incident that badly strained U.S.-Iraq relations. Paul Slaw, Evan Liberty, and Dustin Hurd were convicted in 2014 of manslaughter, while a fourth contractor, Nicholas Slatton, was found guilty of murder in a 2018 trial. So they just doing all criminal activity, criminal mischievous activity. They just breaking all war rules, all war laws, and they just getting on. You just go to Iraq, pop a nigga in his head, come back, shit, fuck it. I pop him for the team, but Trump gonna get me out of there. I mean, y'all tell me, well, why do you have war rules? Why do you have the United Nations if you can just go pop off and shit? I mean, they come drop a bomb over here. Why should we arrest them then? If we just send the troops over there to pop them off, drop them off, come on. All four at the time worked for Blackwater USA, a private firm that was contracted to offer support for U.S. military personnel in Iraq and elsewhere. The company at the time was owned by Trump. No surprise. Ally Eric Prince. Mr. Prince's sister, Betsy DeVos, currently serves as Mr. Trump's Secretary of Education. He gonna go off. Trump will go off. Fuck that cost. Trump is the boss. Trump will go off. Trump will go off. Fuck that cost. Trump is a boss. In a statement released by the White House, Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany said Mr. Papadopoulos, fuck him, I'm gonna call him Papa, had been charged with a process relation crime and that his pardon helps correct the wrong that Mueller's team inflicted on so many people. I think Mueller was telling the truth. Okay, so who lying here, Papalop or Mueller? Mr. Trump also pardoned Alex van der Zwaan, a lawyer who in 2018 admitted to lying to the feds, again, in the Russia probe about his contact with the Trump campaign aide. Boy, Trump just getting everybody off. Hey, Trump, go get Lil Wayne, my boy. You know Lil Wayne ain't never popped no pistol in his life. You know he just rap about that gunplay. You know Lil Wayne ain't never popped no pistol. The pistol was gold-plated. You know, you get a gold-plated pistol, you ain't using that to pop off. That's a collector's item. That's memorabilia. Pardon my man Lil Wayne, so he don't go do that 10 years, Trump. I mean, he already did a year and a day. Damn, he lost his head doing a year and a day. Man, that boy can go crazy in 10 years, man. Come on, Trump. Pardon my boy Wayne, man. Pardon my boy Wayne before you get up out of there, Trump. Please, pardon that boy Louise for me, man. I need another album, man. Carter 8, Carter 10, something. In the first case brought by Mr. Mueller, Mr. Papa pleaded guilty to lying to the feds about his interactions with an overseas professor, later identified as Joseph Mifsud, who allegedly told him Russians had thousands of emails with their then Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. So did they have dirt on Hillary Clinton, or did you make that up just so that Trump could get in office? I'm going to go off. Trump is a boss. He's going to go off. That April 2016 meeting ultimately led the FBI to start an investigation in July 2016 into Russia's efforts to interfere in the presidential election and any links between those efforts and the Trump campaign. We been through that. Papa, in a book last year, said he didn't actually lie to investigators. I didn't lie, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona. Remember that episode of Martin? I didn't mean to lie to you, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona. When the little kid lied to Martin Lawrence. I didn't mean to lie to you, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona. Contradicting what he told a federal judge under oath a year earlier after pleading guilty and said he realized he misspoke. No, nigga, you lied. And that the lie I was charged with certainly wasn't intentional. You perjured yourself. That's 5 years. Mr. Papa was sentenced to 2 weeks in prison in September 2018. You mean to tell me y'all really brought that man up on tribunal? You really wasted my taxpayer money to send that man on a 2-week bid for lying to the feds, man? For real, man? For real, man? Come on, man. But you give me 2 weeks in jail for a fucking traffic ticket. Boy, I tell you, call me a miscreant. Call me a miscreant for stopping 5 feet in front of the stop sign. Give me reckless driving. Give me 2 weeks in the jiggle. That's never happened to me, but I'm just saying. If it were to, I'm sure they would. The president also pardoned 2 former Border Patrol agents, Ignacio Ramos and Jose Campion, who were convicted in the shooting of a suspect suspected drug smuggler and accused of lying about the shooting and trying to cover it up. What did they do? Pick up the shells? Let's see. The men were accused at trial of picking up spent shell casings as part of an effort to conceal the incident. They popping niggas off at the border picking up the shell. Drug smuggler. Dang. What? How much? What was it? Let me guess. He had a couple bags of marijuana. You popped them off. What you had I mean, what can you carry with you across the border? I mean, you can't carry 1,000 pounds of cocaine. I mean, was it worth shooting them, motherfucker? You couldn't just accost them and wrestle them down to the ground and bring them into court and try them by a jury of their peers like everybody else. You had to pop them off. Come on, man. During the trial, Mr. Campione testified that he didn't report the shooting because he didn't think he would be believed. Well, and you supposed to tell the truth on the oath anyway, whether you're believed or not. Mr. Ramos testified that he messed up in not reporting the incident. No shit. You fucking the dirty dog bastard, you. Both former agents served roughly 2 years before their sentences were commuted in January 2009 by then President George W. Bush. Oh, they all the goods. Other pardon recipients included Philip Lyman, a Utah legislator who was sentenced to 10 days in prison after he protested the closure of a canyon to ATV riders. Otis Gordon, who since his conviction for possession of a controlled substance has become a pastor. Boy, them pastors been doing drugs. Controlled drugs. Boy, them pastors getting 30K a piece to tell you to go take the vaccine. So I know for a fact pastors with controlled substance issues, man, they gonna go off. And Welder Angelos, who was sentenced to 55 years in prison in 2002 for selling marijuana and carrying a handgun while doing so, Mr. Angelos was released after 13 years and is a criminal justice reform advocate. I thought you had to do 85% of your time. Hold up, 55 minus 13, hold up, that don't add up. I don't like it. I don't like it. You got a 55-year sentence, you only did 13, and now you're a criminal justice reform advocate? Huh? This don't make no sense to me. No sense. Mr. Trump also commuted 5 sentences, including 3 cases that were supported by Pam Bondi, the former Florida Attorney General, who defended the president during his Senate impeachment trial. I'm going to go off. Trump's the boss. More pardons are expected from the president before he leaves office. He ain't going to get Lil Wayne off, though. But it's been going on, man. Presidents has been pardoning people. Back in the day, President Clinton pardoned fugitive commodities trader Mark Rich, whose ex-wife was a major donor to the Democratic Party and Mr. Clinton's presidential library. Your boy Dirty Dog Obama, President Obama commuted the sentence of Chelsea Manning, who was convicted on charges related to passing classified documents to WikiLeaks just days before leaving the White House. So it's dirty. They dirty. You lay down with dogs, you wake up with fleas. So there you go, guys. I mean, I gave it to you rough and rugged. The truth is a hard pill to swallow, but the truth is the truth. Today's show has been brought to you by Team Pedialyte. Have you been dehydrated lately? If so, get Pedialyte. They have the secret to advanced hydration and how to replenish your electrolytes. Don't drink Gatorade. It's loaded with tons of sugar that ravage your nerves, causing diabetes. Drink Pedialyte. That's what the pros drink. That's what I drink, and it's great for the kids. We would also like to recommend Creative Juices, which is an all organic, natural juice. We have the Beetlejuice, Beats by Us, which is an all natural pressed beet juice that keeps the blood pressure at optimal levels, promotes weight loss, and is a powerful antioxidant. We have the Apple Pleaser, which is all natural apple juice without any added preservatives or GMO. You know the chemicals that attribute to the cause of cancer. We have the Grain Filter, which filters toxic chemicals and waste from your body. We have the Citrus Cleanser, which is all natural organic orange juice that will put you on the commode and cleanse that shitter. However, the vitamin C will be reabsorbed back into systemic circulation. We have the Pineapple Taser, all organic pineapple juice to tase your taste buds with just the right amount of umami flavor, which is a Japanese word that means a pleasant, savory taste. All of our juices here at Creative Juices are made fresh to order and are natural, fresh, organic fruits and veg. For my listeners with inflammation, insomnia, aches, and pains, we have CBD infused organic juices, not to be confused with tea. PhD. Don't call the DEA on me, or I will get Donald Trump to pardon and come. You take my black ass too. Don't hesitate to place an order today. We will deliver to your front door for an ad fee. Health is wealth, and quality health care isn't free. Church.